All right, there we go. We are live. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, my fellow comic book collectors. My name is Chris, and this is my channel, We Love Comics. And I have a book I cannot wait to show you. I was actually trying to do one of my regular videos that I do that aren't live, and when I did all of the unboxing and talking for about 20 minutes, it ends up I forgot to turn the microphone on. So I decided I'm just going to do this live and just show the book. So it's technically not an unboxing because I already took it out of the box. It was a pretty damaged book, too. Well, not damaged book, but, you know, one of the typical eBay packages. It was folded into the mailbox, but I got it just as the mailman put it in the mailbox. So I basically stopped it from being damaged other than a little bit of a wrinkling. But that could be pressed out. But I have probably the steal of the year, and I want to show people how you can get mega key issues for pennies on the dollar if you know how to communicate and you know how to look. Because obviously you guys know that I am selling a lot of my comics to help move. I'm about halfway there. So I'm still selling my comic books. All of my higher grade stuff, most of it's my duplicates. I'll post a link in the description, but please check it out if you can. I'm also selling the Marvel. All right, take a drink if you're over 21, because like I say, I keep calling them Marvel mystery boxes. I'm so used to people requesting Marvel all the time that it's become a Marvel mystery box pretty much. But of course, you can tell me if you want the Marvel, you want DC, or it doesn't matter, and I'll custom make them. So there's the link, but it's also in the description. And I want to make an announcement. I'm also selling some of my palladium and gold bars. If you actually look at the prices, they're going up. So I'm going to tell people in the next couple of days, if people don't buy them and they're on this website, I am going to increase the prices because they're going up pretty substantially over the past couple of days. So if you're somebody that's into precious metals, this might be the time to get these, because by the end of the week, if no one's purchased them, I'm going to be raising the prices, because like I said, just look at what the prices are for an ounce of gold and an ounce of palladium, and you'll see they've gone up since I placed them on my website. So I have 5 gold bars, and they're 1 ounce, and 2 palladium bars that I'm selling. And if no one buys them by the end of this week, I'm raising the prices, so take advantage of it. So let me put on the video camera because I see enough people are here. So this way you can see. Like I said, the book, I did a video. I was trying to do a video just before, and I forgot to turn the microphone on. So technically it's already out of the box, and I'm not going to retape it or anything because that would be silly. But this is a Bronze Age, basically, I don't know if you'd consider it a Grail, but it's definitely a mega key. Now, obviously, I'm not spending a lot of money. This is the first purchase I've made, God, in 2.5, maybe 3 months. But for the price, I guarantee you, anybody would have done it. Because when you see this and you see the grade that this is in, I could turn around and sell this for 10, 20 times what I paid for it. And this is a mega key book. And what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to get people to understand, because I see all the time people say, oh, I can't do this, or that's out of my price range, or it's never going to happen. And if you do that, you set yourself up and guarantee yourself for failure. So I'm trying to tell people, if you put in the effort, if you know what prices are, if you know what to look for, and you put in the time, because obviously I have a lot of free time with losing a lot of those jobs. I'm up to 2.5 jobs right now, because one of them's only bi-weekly. But if you put in the effort, you will get rewarded. It may take hours or days or weeks or sometimes even years. But if, you know, like they say, you get what you pay for and you get what you give. So if you give nothing, you're not going to get much. So don't be surprised. So this particular book, when I saw it, they had it, let's just say a 0.5. They were selling it for less than what a 0.5 is for this book. But they also had a best offer. Now that means to anybody that buys on eBay, a best offer means they're going to sell it for less than what they've posted as the starting bid or whatever they wanted. So, because I don't have a lot of money to spend these days, because I'm trying to get the house and also for Luna's medications and all that other fun stuff, I made an offer that I'm like, you know what, this person's probably not even going to accept it. They're probably just going to ignore it, and, you know, it's going to be what it is. But I figured, you know what? What's the worst that can happen? The worst they could say is no, or just flat out reject it. So I put a bid in for $200. Took a couple of hours, I get a message. They said to me, if you pay for it, friends and family, then you have to write in code. So the person did some pretty good code, so I had to abbreviate a lot. They, you know, understand a lot of abbreviations. They said they would accept my offer. So with shipping and handling, this book came out to $211.20. I had no problem spending that on this book. Now, this person said this book is in good to very good range. Now, if you saw my Hulk 180 book from the graded books from the other day, there was another seller on eBay that said basically the same thing, that the book was in very good grade. This book, after a pressing, because it does have a couple of wrinkles here and there, but they do not break color. Not one of them breaks color. The pages are pure white. The front of the cover is pure white. There are some wrinkles along the edge, because it's a thicker book. Like I said, they can easily be pressed out, and because I have a deal with PGX, I don't have to pay for that stuff. Because my videos are sponsored by PGX, even though I don't get paid. For those of you who are new, I made a deal with PGX that I do an advertisement on videos. You'll see videos of mine in the past where I do a little 10-second ad. They allow me 4 books a month to send in. Doesn't matter what age it is. I get the pressing, the dry cleaning. I get signature verification at no charge. So this book, in my opinion, is probably going to come back an 8.5 to a 9.2 range. For a book I just spent a total of $211.20 for. Here is the book. And Gator was right. Now I want you to see this book. Right here, I don't know if you could see it. There's a little bit of an indent. And right here, there's a little bit, because this is a square-bound book. There's a little bit of an indent right here where the staple is on the inside. It does not break through. There is no color loss. There's just a little bit of an indent, which means a pressing could get out any of the wrinkles on here, and there aren't a lot. If you look at this book, look how bright red this is. It is perfectly centered. The corners are sharp. The pages are pure white. The back is perfect, but again, in 1 or 2 little spots, there are little wrinkles. Matt, I seriously doubt there's any restoration on this book. I mean, even on the bottom, usually you'll see some foxing or some dirt. There is none of that here. Now, if you know my videos, I'm pretty good at spotting stuff. Now, every now and then, you know, I'll pay for a book and there'll be a little bit of restoration, but for the amount I pay for it, like my Batman 59 from the Golden Age, it ends up as a little touch-up. Which, by the way, I found that on the Batman 59, there's a little spot here with red magic marker and a little line from here to here, again with red magic marker. If I tear those parts off the cover, it's no longer restored. And it might lower the grade from a 3.0 to maybe a 2.5, or it might even stay a 3 because it's only a little bit that I would be taking off. It might even stay the same grade. But this book is easily going to come back after a pressing. An 8.5, I would not be shocked in the lower 9s. Now, it depends on how good they can get these wrinkles out. There's not a lot, and as you can see, it's very hard to even see them. But because this is a thick book, and the staples are underneath the first page, they left a little bit of an impression, but not one tear. This book, I mean, you could see the edge. If you could read the words there, that means it hasn't been squished. This, before they announce an MCU movie, is about a $200 to $2,500 book that I bought for $211.20. This is going to be one of the books that I send out with the 4 that will be getting graded for next month. Now, I don't know if it's going to take a month because they've been off a little bit. But what I want to show people is, if you saw recently, 3 key books that I got this year, earlier this year, a couple of months ago. One was Amazing Spider-Man number 129. It came back a 6.5. I paid $189 for it this year. My Hulk 180 that came back a 9.0. I paid $5.40 some odd cents for in a package deal of somebody that was selling a whole bunch of comic books that were all Hulk books. Most of them were worth nothing or barely worth anything. And now, Giant Size X-Men number 1, as of now, this would be a 7.5 book, even with those little wrinkles. But obviously, I'm going to get them pressed out, and I tell people all the time to get them pressed. This was a best offer accepted. Deals can be made if you apply yourself. So many times people will see something and say, oh, I can't get it, or, you know, it's not worth the effort. What harm do you have in trying? Because the worst they can say is no. I mean, I have a Fantastic Four number 6 that I think about a year and a half ago. I made an offer for like $80. They accepted it. I had a Fantastic Four number 12. Now, it's only like a 3.5 or a 3.0. It's one of those two. But I sent them a, they had it listed for $500 in best offer. I made an offer for $150. They accepted it. There are people on eBay that either don't know what they're doing, or they don't care, or they just need money and they'll sell it for whatever price. This is what I'm talking about with people. This book was listed below a 0.5. I took the chance because why? I saw it literally 2 seconds after it was posted. So you have to be quick. And I always recommend, know about grading. Know about the value of books, because as soon as I saw this book, I knew that this person was selling it not only for less than what it's worth, but describing its condition worse than it actually was. There are plenty of people who will not do their research. And there are people who can benefit from those who choose to be lazy or choose to be naive, because it's always a choice. It literally takes somebody 5 minutes to learn about a book. Some people don't want to put in that effort. Oh, and Eric Johnson says, hey, Chris, I received my order today. Great packaging. I am very pleased. Let everybody know what you got, and if you can, put that in the comments section once this uploads. I'm glad to hear that. A couple of people have actually been putting videos up of some of the mystery boxes they've been buying from me and some of the other comics. So, by the way, and I will put this in the link again, I am still selling my comic mystery boxes, and I said it right this time. I'm selling my individual comics. Some of them are sold out, but they're off the website now, so please check out what's there. I'm going to add more soon. Some of the books I'm going to be adding, I mean, if somebody wants to make an offer before I add these, I'll be more than happy to listen, but it takes a while to put these up. So for the Thor fans with the female Thor, I have, so this is not officially it. I don't know what prices I'm going to put these up with, but this is Thor number 1, the blank variant. That's going to be going up for sale. I got an Avengers 196, First Taskmaster up for sale. If anybody wants to make me an offer, I'll show you a couple of them. Might as well do that right now. So let me put the website, my business website. And if you pay friends and family, I'll throw in an extra book for free. Here's another one. This is Thor number 1. This is the Scott Young variant. So again, those are the first appearances, canon-wise, of Lady Thor. But for those of you, I bought these years ago and was telling people to get these books. These are all in, like, fine, very fine condition. But this is What If 10. I have 3 copies that I'd be willing to sell. Again, if anybody wants to make an offer, you can. All new Captain America number 1. the CBLDF variant. All new Captain America #1. So these are all hot books right now. The Edge of Spider-Verse #1. Here's another Thor. This is another variant. It's Thor #8. I think that's a 1 in 25, but I didn't write it down. Here is the Mighty Thor #1, 1 in 25 variant. Yeah, and I'll show that again in a second. I'm going to be selling this, listed soon. This is X-Men #12. I have 2 copies, so I'm not afraid to sell one. Well, they say that the Lady Thor, the first canon appearance, is there's some controversy on it, but the What If #10 is not canon. It's the first time you ever see her, but it's like, for example, if there's a What If where Wolverine kills the Hulk. The Hulk was never dead, so it's not canon, but it's the first time you ever see, Lady Thor. So they're both going to be valuable, but it's going to be one of those controversy things where they're going to just go back and forth, and they'll basically go by what's most popular. I would always say get as many as you can, get all of them, so you don't have to worry. So here's another book I'm going to be selling. Amazing Spider-Man #9, First Electro. So if anybody wants to make any offers, they can. I'm going to sell another one of my Captain Marvel 13's, first appearance of Captain Marvel, at least the Marvel version. I have 2 copies of this, so I don't mind selling these. This is Tales to Astonish 44, first appearance of the Wasp. It's got some tape residue on it. It's probably like a 3.0-ish grade, maybe a 3.5. And last but not least, this is probably a fine, very fine Amazing Spider-Man #121, the quote-unquote death of Gwen Stacy. But we know there's pretty much no such thing as death in the comics. We learned that hard enough in the 90s. So this is the book I was talking about. So I paid $211.20 for this book, including shipping and handling. This book, after pressing, I would not be shocked if it came back a 9.2. You can always make deals. So for me, this is a steal of the year. But like I also said, I got that Hulk 180. I paid $5.43 for in a package deal, because the person, when they said Incredible Hulk run, did not even put the Hulk 180 as their image on the thumbnail. They put one of the generic ones, like 212 or something like that. You know how many people probably pass that by without checking? But when I see a Hulk run, I always say better to check, because if there's nothing good there, I just move on. But if I do check and it's there, I can get a really good deal. And the funny part is they said all of the books are low grade, which of the, I think there were like 35 books to 40 books. Let's just say there were 40 books, because I don't remember the exact amount. It was somewhere around 40 books. 39 of them were low grade, except for the Hulk 180, the most important one in that run, and it came back a 9.0. The other book I got this year, and again, it was a just listed, buy it now, with shipping and handling, $189 for Amazing Spider-Man #129, First Punisher. Came back a 6.5. There are always deals out there. You just gotta search. Sometimes there's misspellings, like the one where I bought the showcase first appearance of the Silver Age Green Lantern. They wrote it as shoecase. So if you typed in showcase, it would not have come up, because eBay, if you spell one letter wrong, it just says nothing to be found. They don't give you, well, this looks kind of like what you typed. So that person made the mistake, and that was overseas. I think it was like Romania or something like that. And I think I only paid like $800. It ultimately is like a $2,000 book. So what I'm trying to instill in people is, if you give up or say you can't, you fulfill your own prophecy. You will do things. Like I say all the time, I am a person who, about 2 months ago, lost all of my DJ jobs. So for about almost a month, I had no income coming in. I have all the problems with Luna. And that was not a one-time thing. Several different times. I've been spending literally thousands of dollars. My wife has been spending most of the money on the hospital bills, but the last one I had to help. I contributed about $1,400 in cash they wanted. But all of her special foods, all her medicines, and then the fact we find out we have about a month and a half to find a place to live. And I had to come up with about $20,000 within a span of about 40 to 45 days. As of now, I'm about halfway there. Selling some of my duplicate books. Now, I'm one of those people, I'll be the first one to say, I don't want to sell them. I hate selling them. But I did see some unboxing videos where people were very happy with what they bought from me. And knowing that at least it's going somewhere where they'll appreciate it. And it was just weird. The first video I saw, and they're holding up my book. You know, one of my books that I had as a kid. It was just weird seeing it in somebody else's hands. Like, the mystery boxes that you guys buy from me, they're all from my old collection. Not all of my books were stolen. Just, unfortunately, stole all my most valuable ones. But they were kind enough to leave all the 90s comics for me. That was real nice of them. But, they're all in really good condition, and most of them weren't even in bags and boards. None of them were in Mylars. So it's funny, I've been watching a lot of videos of people unboxing other people's mystery boxes, and I mean, there are people sending books that have no covers, 3/4 of the cover's ripped, the book looks like it's been in a fire or dropped in the toilet. So the more I see of all these other mystery boxes, the more it makes me proud of the ones I'm selling. Because what somebody, and I won't say who it is, if they want to volunteer that they can, because I don't want to put them on the spot or anything. They spent, I think, like $80 on something that for my $25 mystery box, I would have given them better comics. It's just really weird. Yeah, so there is a link that you can follow if you're interested in checking my mystery boxes out. And again, if you buy the precious metals, I have a total of 7 ounces worth of gold and palladium that I'm selling. If you look right now at the prices of both gold and palladium, they are going up. So by the end of this week, if somebody hasn't bought them, I'm raising the prices on them. Because, I mean, I want to get the money to help with the house, but I also don't want to give them away. So if you buy 2 of them in one order, I will throw in a silver coin for free. With the comic books, if you buy 2 comics in one order, I will throw in a comic for free. And if you buy 2 mystery packages, I will throw in a comic for free. So I want to make sure I make deals, so not only am I happy, but you're happy. But my point is, in this video, is please do not say you can't do something. So in the span of about 2.5 weeks, I've been able to come up with approximately half of the goal of needing $20,000. And that's from selling my books and basically selling everything that I own. Not easy. There's certain things I don't want to sell, but, you know, if we end up losing a house and we have nowhere to go, what good is all the things I own if there's nowhere to put them? So, please, change your mindset. It's so easy, trust me. If you saw that video I took down a couple of days ago when I hit rock bottom, that shows that everybody can have those moments where everything just feels like it piles on top of you. So don't give up. You're going to have people who are going to disagree with what you do or what you think or who you are. And there's going to be plenty of people say you can't or you won't or you shouldn't or no one's ever done it. Be the one person that proves them wrong. So I will get, if it's not this house, it's going to be another house. I'm hoping it's this one. But I'm doing everything in my power, and that's why I tell people, you know, some people say they feel bad that they're, you know, buying my books, because I am selling them very reasonable. I'm not trying to double charge somebody and sell garbage. I'm selling key stuff. Like, I have a giant size X-Men #1 for sale on the site for $499. It's about a 1.0, but still, if you look on eBay, that's usually a $500-600 book. And I'm surprised no one's purchased that yet. So, I want to make sure that people are happy, but I'm happy, but I will do whatever it takes to make sure. And, Luna's running around. Luna's getting so much better. Now, if you've been following the whole road with Luna, she's got heart disease, liver disease, pancreatitis, diabetes. She had a urinary tract infection. She was getting, her lungs were being filled with fluids because of, when you have heart problems, there's just, the kidneys can't work as hard, and their lungs start filling up with fluid. And she almost died a couple of times. As a matter of fact, that's what happened the last time. But because we bought things like CBD oil, and because we stopped dry food, which, by the way, if you haven't seen my video, I have a video on here, on this channel, telling people about how they can help their animals live longer. First thing you do is get rid of dry food, dog and cat food. That's what makes them sick and make them die younger than they are supposed to. But she's starting to recover, knock on wood. Last night, for the second time now, and well, actually for the first time in months, she climbed on my bed not once, not twice, but 3 different times and laid next to me and was purring the whole time. A lot of people will just give up. And I came pretty close to doing that myself. I'm not going to lie about that. Because having that money that I'm trying to save up for a house and having to just literally give away about between, I think, $1,300 to $1,500 in cash hurt. And it was very frustrating, especially when I thought, is this money going to give her another day or two? And for the first day or two back, I mean, she was out of it. And we thought, was that money used wisely? Were we doing it just to keep her alive? Because we wanted to make sure she has a quality of life. And now she's walking around like nothing ever happened before. So you can make things happen if you put in the effort. So there are going to be some that are going to say, oh yeah, Chris, you're lying about this. Or, oh yeah, Chris, you're doing this to brag. There's some people, no matter what I do or say, they formulated their opinion. I'm not worried about those people. I'm worried about you guys and girls out there that when you say you can't, you won't. You fulfill your own prophecy. But if you say you will do whatever it takes to make something happen, then it's just a matter of your thought process and your heart. Can you combine them to come up with an idea? Can you sacrifice something that you love to help someone you love? To help more than just yourself? It's not always easy to do. But like they say, anything in life worth having is not easy. But to me, to know that I've helped contribute with my wife to help our cat and to, within about a 2 to 3 week period, come up with half of the money to be able to get that house. Now, I still have to come up with the other half, and then I have about 35 to 40 days to do it. So that's why I'm still selling my comic mystery boxes. I'm selling some of my Golden Palladium, and I'm selling my individual comics, and they're all pretty much key books. I mean, there's a book that I have that's the Batman Damned Jim Lee variant number 2, graded CGC 10.0. That's another book I'm surprised no one has purchased yet. And I'm selling it for $299. So it's not like I'm trying to ask for $700 for that book. I'm keeping the prices very fair. So if anybody can share the links, they will help. If you can't get anything. But I want to show people that if you put in the effort, there's nothing you can't do. So I was able to acquire the third, I don't know if you'd consider it a Grail or not, but I will say third mega key this year, dramatically lower than what the value is, even for a 0.5. And like I said, after this gets pressed, this book is probably going to come back an 8.5 to the lower 9s. If this came back a 9.4, I would not be shocked. Now, it's not going to come back a 9.8 or anything, but I'll tell you, if it got pressed and got graded and I got a 9.8, you'd probably see me die of a heart attack from excitement live, so my trolls would love that one. But, and also to show that PGX, people make the statements of, oh, PGX is just going to, mega grade your books. You notice the last couple of ones, I got 9.4s, I got 9.6s, but I didn't get any 9.8s. They could have easily said that. Gave me a 9.8 if they were supposedly doing me a favor. Also, they found on one of the books, they found some from some restoration. If they supposedly are doing all these favors, they could have easily said, nothing. So they're keeping it honest. People will formulate their opinions on their own 2 eyes and their own experience, and there will be many that will base their information on what others tell you to think. That's up to you on which one you want to pick. Captain Crunch said, question, what did they have the book listed for? It was under 500 with a best offer. but because it was literally 2 to 3 seconds. Because what I do is, and I've given my secrets, I have a video, and most people don't watch it. I have a playlist of all different sections of videos, and one of them is tips and advice. And I have a video teaching my eBay secrets. Because what you have to do is, you have to refresh literally every 3 to 5 minutes. I sometimes refresh every 30 seconds for newly listed books. So when I refreshed, it was literally up for about 2 to 3 seconds. Contacted the person right away, and maybe they were desperate for money, or maybe it was, a wife or a girlfriend who was selling their husband or fiancés, or maybe their son's stuff. You never know. Or maybe it's somebody saying, you know what, I don't know what this is. I found a book. I'm going to sell it for whatever and make some money. For some people, it's just found money. Just imagine, like, for example, the other day, I made a video that I was looking through some old stuff because I'm starting to pack some stuff away, getting prepared. I ended up finding one of my books that I thought was stolen for 30 years. It was Green Lantern number 7. Now, it ended up, it was when I took it out of the bag, I realized why I paid $5 for it in a yard sale back in the 80s. And it's been so long since I've seen it, I totally forgot the condition of the book, because like I said, I have 30 to 35,000 comics. The book was detached and split. But somebody made me an offer for $125 for that book. So for me, could I have sold it for more? Maybe. But to me, that's found money. Because the day before, I didn't even know I still had that book. So sometimes people sell books because they're like, wow, I just made $200 on something that I didn't have before. Because maybe they moved into somebody's house and they opened up a closet and out fell this book. And they didn't know anything about it and didn't take the time to research it. And they just said, well, I'll just put it on and make some money. So they could be thrilled that they just made $200+ on something they may not have had. So you never know the reason why people sell things. Like I said, even my precious metals, I'm selling below spot. I could sell them for a lot more. But if I could sell them faster this way, and it makes somebody else happy, because good luck getting a precious metal for spot, let alone below it, on any coin or bullion site. But I'm willing to sell it for less because I'm trying to get the money. Or like Bricker Hunter says, yes, or an angry ex-wife. Or it could be somebody's mother. I mean, my father, who died, God rest his soul, back in 2012 in a fire, my father's mother threw away his baseball cards when he went to the Army, when he was a teenager. He had triplicates of Joe DiMaggio, Mickey Mantle, all of the 40s and 50s and 60s era. Well, 40s and 50s era of Yankee rookies. He had triples of Mickey Mantle, the Topps version, thrown away because his mother, and I'm sure many mothers, had no idea what they were worth. That's what makes some of these very valuable. Because back in the days, people didn't realize what these things could be worth. And that's why I tell people, you have to have patience. I'll give you an example. I am 48, going on 49 in November. I grew up in the 80s and 90s collecting comics. Nobody cared about New Mutants 87, New Mutants 98, Amazing Spider-Man 300. For decades, you could have sold... Like, I'll give you a prime example. I got Amazing Spider-Man number 300 the day it came out. I bought 2 copies. I had one back in 1990 or 91, somewhere around there when I went to New York Comic Con, had Todd McFarlane sign it. So I had an Amazing Spider-Man number 300 signed by Todd McFarlane. For years, I tried to sell that book for $25. Not one person even made an offer for it. Thank goodness, because now that book is about a $400 to $500 book, but nobody cared about those books. Nowadays, everybody thinks as soon as a book comes out, it's supposed to be a $500 book, which some of them it happens, but then all of a sudden it drops down. Like I've warned people, like for example, is Naomi going up or down in price? Is Weapon H going up or down in price? Cosmic Ghost Rider, is he going up or down in price? These books are just what I call the flavor of the month. That's why I concentrate more on key issues. But I'm trying to instill into people that deals can be found. It's just the effort you're willing to put in. If you put no effort in, and you sit there saying, woe is me all the time, and you do nothing to better yourself, well, surprise, hello, McFly, is there any wonder why it's not happening? That's one of the reasons why I took down that video the other day where I basically had a little bit of a mental breakdown with all the things that was going on, that I realized that's not going to change anything. That's not going to motivate me. That's at the point where I said, you know what, Chris, you need to listen to your own advice. So I took that video down and realized that, you know what, I hit rock bottom. That's okay, because you will learn more by hitting rock bottom than you ever will at the highest peak of a mountain. Because when you can see everything, what do you learn from that? That everything's right there for the taking? But if you hit rock bottom, and you can manage to, you crawl yourself out, you will learn the most important things in life. Survival, strength, lowering your fear. Yeah, and there you go. Matt, he writes, my buddy's mom threw out his hockey cards, including 5 Gretzky rookies. That's why some of this stuff is worth a lot of money. Just imagine how many parents, like for example, my grandfather used to own a deli in the 40s and late 30s. He had the first appearance of Superman on his shelf the day it came out. They threw him away. Nobody cared about him back then. Because remember, even Action Comics #1 in 1938 was a modern book. Do you think anybody thought that book was going to be worth millions of dollars? But look how many years and decades it took to get to that point. So people are in such a hurry for these new books and wonder why they keep crashing down, because they give up so quickly and they turn around and sell them. Well, if everybody sells a book and nobody wants it, that means there's no demand and there's plenty of supply. That lowers the value of the book. So people actually create their own self-prophecies, even ones they don't want. So put in the effort. Take your time. Don't settle for a book just because it's the first one you've seen in about a year. There are some books I've wanted for years and passed up many opportunities or did not overspend. Because this book can come back a 0.5. I will at least triple my money, and that's before they have an announcement in the MCU. What do you think? Let's say this comes back an 8.5. Let's just say the low end, I get this grade, it comes back an 8.5. What do you think the value of that book's going to be after they announce the X-Men in a Marvel movie? Which is going to be probably another 2 to 3 years before they even mention they're going to be in a movie. Because of what happened with, you know, the Dark Phoenix whole debacle movie. They want to kind of let the dust settle on that before they talk about the X-Men. So you'll see the Fantastic Four first. So the idea is, use this brain the right way. Don't base things on emotion when it comes to the thought process of investment. Use your heart for love. Use your heart to determine what route you should take in life. Don't use it for, oh my God, I got to get this book right now, or oh my God, I got to sell this book right now. Because if you don't know what you're doing, you don't put the time and effort in, if you don't research, if you don't do the homework, and you don't put in the time, is it any surprise you fail more than you succeed? I'm no rocket scientist, but I know a good deal when I see one because I did my homework, I did my research, I know what I'm doing, I put in the time, I act quickly. I don't listen to this that says, oh, you don't want to do that, or oh, that's scary, or oh, what if something goes wrong? When I first had the problem with the house situation, with the Luna situation, I actually got to that point where I was actually living in fear. And I had a quote-unquote kind of almost like a little bit of a mini mental breakdown. It happens to the best of us. But like a song once said, I get knocked down, but I get up again. If you stay down, you might as well write the word welcome on you so people can walk all over you. So hopefully these kind of videos inspire you. Check out my eBay playlist. I have a playlist specifically for my tips and advice. I have at least 2 videos talking about how you can win on eBay and how you can make deals. Be confident. The worst they can say is no. The best they can do is say yes. And if you watch my videos on the regular, if you're one of my Ultra Power viewers, then you'll have seen many videos where I've made deals happen. There have been people that didn't even have best offers on eBay. And I said, hi, I see you're selling such and such comic for such and such price. If I made you an offer right now for such and such price, will that book allow me to bring it home? 9 out of 10 will either say no or they'll not respond. But the 1 out of 10 will say yes, and I get a steal or a heck of a bargain. And that 1 will mean more than you than the 9 you didn't fail. That's like asking 10 girls or 10 guys out, whoever you're into or whatever you're into. And 9 of them say no, but 1 of them says yes. Do you really think you're going to care about the 9 that said no, or are you going to be happy about the 1 that said yes? Especially if all 10 were people you would have dated because they're all your quote-unquote type. You're not going to worry about that. But if you do, that's silly, because now you're worried about the past instead of the future or your present. And you wonder why you're not going anywhere. Drive your car by constantly looking only in the rearview mirror and watch how quick you get into a car accident. But please don't do that. Metaphorically, just image that in your head. Focus on the present, on the now, because it's always now. Because as soon as I say the word now, it's already in the past. Before I say this word now, it was in the future. Always focus on the now. If you worry about what hasn't happened or what already has happened, you cannot change either one. You can only change now. So hopefully this helps you. Your thumbs up will show me it did. If anybody gets any of those medals or anything of my comic books, if you do a video and you do an unboxing, let me know. I'll throw in an extra book. And again, if you buy 2 of the medals in one time, I will throw in a silver coin for free. And like I said, by the end of this week, especially if the prices continue to rise, if no one bought any of those, I am raising the price a little bit. I will keep it under spot, but, you know, if all of a sudden it goes up $100, I'm not going to keep it $200 under spot. So take advantage of the price I'm having right now. I mean, I'll give you a prime example. I am currently selling 2 of my 1-ounce palladium bars for $1,499. Now, that may seem like a lot, but right now, the current price, and you can look this up yourself, the current price for palladium, give me a second, because the easiest way is you write live spot price for gold, silver, platinum, palladium. Right now, the live spot price for palladium, it's up $20 today an ounce, which if you know anything about metals, that's a pretty decent jump. So it's at $1,545 an ounce. If you go on any bullion website, they'll probably sell that same bar for $1,600, maybe $1,599 if you buy more than one. I'm selling it on my website for $14.99. And if you know anything about the metals, these are Engelhards, these are Credit Suisse, or no, Pamp Suisse. These are popular, these are the CGCs of the precious metal world. So go check them out and take advantage of it, because you're going to save yourself money, just like I saved myself money on this. So I'm sure that person was happy they made the money they did, just like I'll be happy if I sell it even below spot, because it's helping me reach my goal, which means I'm making it happen. Not hoping for it to happen, not praying for it to happen, not crying, hoping and wishing it's going to happen. You got to make things happen. Because like they say, it's better to try and fail than to never try at all. Because then you'll spend your whole life saying, what if? And that's not the way to live life. Trust me. We've all done it, including myself. So that's it. I took a simple one-comic video and turned it into a 43-minute lecture. So if you are one of my power viewers, you know, I don't know how you do it, but make yourself known in the comment section by telling people you are my power viewer. A power viewer means you watch a video from beginning to end. So you can rewatch this, or you could watch it in 20 different segments. As long as you watch from beginning to end, you are a power viewer. An ultra power viewer is somebody that watches every video they've seen of mine from beginning to end. Now, of course, I'm going by the honor system, and it doesn't achieve anything other than letting me know the people that watch entire videos. So today we're going to do we're going to go 3 today for the surprise subscriber shoutouts. We're going to go Brick Hunter. We're going to go with The Immortal Big Shack, and we're going to go with Natasha Vanilla, and we'll throw in a 4th, Connie Alcandri. You four are today's surprise subscriber shout out. So hopefully you guys were here to hear that. Thank you so much. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. This will be, you'll see in another video in another couple of days, one of the 4 books I will be getting sent in to graded. I cannot wait to see what this comes back as. Like I said, if it comes back a 9.0, 9.2, 9.4, I wouldn't be shocked one bit. It's really going to be based on how good a pressing can get out those little indents. Because like I said, it doesn't break color. So we'll see. But even if it comes back a 7, I'm going to be ecstatic. Because it's a heck of a lot more valuable than what I paid for it. So thanks for watching, guys. I hope you have a great day. I hope you got whatever comics you did today, and they were making you happy, and they're pleasant reads, and they make you millions of dollars. Because you know what? In the end, you have to make you happy. You have to make your family happy. You don't have to make a bunch of strangers, especially ones who don't like you, happy. Because some people, it's never going to be. You guys make me happy, so thank you so much. Have a great day, and don't forget, it's not you, it is not I, it is we love comics. Go make those deals happen. Peace out, everybody.